Hey minions, sorry for the mini sabbatical. So, in our last episode, sexy Irene was down on her knees for Dumbledore, who was getting all handsy with her again. Yeesh. Both of them look pretty happy about what's going on though, so they're consenting adults. Meanwhile, old bald ex-governor dude arrives at the prison for some reason, and Hilarious is still in isolation. Dumbledore's out in the yard, and these two prisoners are all talking about some escape plan we went over last time. Hey dude, give me the map. Map? Oh, right. So, there's apparently this escape map of some sort that will, I don't know, show the prisoners how to escape from inside the prison walls to outside the prison walls where the boat is or something. I don't know why they need a map for this. So this prisoner dude goes over to Hilarious's cage and is all like, "Hey, Hilarious, I'm going to need you for this great escape plan." But the prisoner dude doesn't see this soldier behind him who starts whipping him. Ouch, that hurts. And Dumbledore walks up behind with a wet cloth or something and wipes off the dude's back where he got whipped and he's all bloody. "Aguamenti," Dumbledore says. And everyone stops what they're doing and watches Dumbledore wipe off this prisoner dude's back to dramatic music. Then old bald ex-governor dude comes up Dumbledore's all like, "Why are you helping this other prisoner dude? He's the scum of the earth and he'd cut your throat if he could." And Dumbledore doesn't answer. But then old bald ex-governor dude starts whipping Dumbledore and he says, "That's it. Take Hilarious out of the cage and put Dumbledore in there." Meanwhile, General Dude, who's the new governor dude in Emphasis, remember, is reading a letter from God Emperor Decepticanus. And I guess old Decepticanus wants him to burn land and commit atrocities on Christians. And General Dude's all like, "This is madness." And this soldier dude over here is all like, "What should I tell God Emperor Decepticanus?" And General Dude's like, "Well, of course I'm going to do it. Did you think I wasn't? I mean, he's the God Emperor." Back at the prison, "We found this map that you prisoners had hidden. Somebody brought this to you guys. You better fess up." Hilarious is all like, "I just got out of isolation. Don't look at me." And ex-governor dude rips up the map. "Back to work, you prisoners." And General Dude is all talking to some other Roman dude and says, "We gotta commit atrocities on all the Christians. We gotta kill them and burn their land and stuff. Oh no, watch out, Christians. Especially you, little kid who's petting this baby lamb," which is not a sledgehammer metaphor for us, the audience. "And this Roman soldier kills this young mother and her daughter. And as he raises his sword, he transforms into death for us. It's horrible, minions. I can't watch. Tell me when it's over." So I guess sexy Irene and one of the handsy old dudes from Emphasis happen by in the aftermath. And Irene yells at God, "Is this your will, Lord? The problem of evil is quite a conundrum." God probably made another bet with Hasatan, not me. I hate that Hasatan guy. And Dumbledore's still in isolation in Alcatraz. Is he going to have another vision, minions? I think he's going to have another vision. Oh, here goes. Expecto Patronum. Did I already use that joke? Uh-oh, we're back in heaven, and another seal's being broken. I don't know what's going on here, but there's these people in these bloody robes, and blood is everywhere, and Dumbledore's just standing there. Dumbledore has that face on where he looks like he hasn't broken the seal in a while, and I guess one of those red robe dubes is the old soup-guzzling dude from the prison colony. Then this towel boy comes to give towels to the bloody dudes. Hey look, I think towel boy's J-Man. And then we're back on Alcatraz, and the Romans are all like, "Time to get to work, prisoners." And old soup dude, oh no, he's dead. Poor old soup dude. "Dumbledore, old soup guzzling dude is dead." And Dumbledore says, "No, he isn't. I just saw him in my lucid dream up in heaven. And he was wearing one of those bloody cloaks and J-Man gave him a towel." And then these prisoners over here are like, "Hey, while everyone else is mourning old soup dude, let's go make our escape from this island prison. Even though we lost our super secret map, but we have this tunnel in the back that we sort of tunneled through the wall, I guess." So anyway, they go through this tunnel, but the Romans, they were in on this plan all along, and they bury those prisoners and seal them up in a rock slide. So they finally let Dumbledore out of isolation, and then ex-bald governor dude's all like, "Anyone else tries to escape and it's more of the same. Also, if you prisoners won't give up your Christianity, we'll be forced to kill you." What a waste of manpower, he says to himself. And then Dumbledore and Theophilus are sitting alone at night again, and Theophilus is all like, I am ready to die. God's will and stuff. Because acceptance is one of the 7 steps of knowing you're going to die, I guess. But then we're back in Dumbledore's mind, where another seal gets broken. Blessed are the meek and the poor, for theirs is the kingdom of God. And then these fishermen that catch all these fish, I guess. And it's supposed to be this metaphor for if you teach a man to fish, yada yada. And then we proceed to an 80s style movie montage of catching fish and collecting grapes and stuff to choral music. Then we're back to J-Man in heaven, and it's so magnificent. Dumbledore asks, who are these people? This one dude says, these are the people that J-Man gave the magic towels to wash all the blood from their robes. They suffered and died for J-Man in life, so they're rewarded in heaven with magic towels. And then J-Man's about to break the final seal, and he unrolls his scroll, and everybody bows. And then Theophilus wakes up Dumbledore again. Dang it, Theophilus, it was just getting good. So next, sexy Irene breaks into prison. Is that what's happening now? Breaking into prison? Sexy chick? Irene and a few others are breaking into Alcatraz. So a few guards see them, I guess. Hilarious, says Irene. Irene says hilarious. No time for eyeball sexy time right now. We got to get you out of here. Well, I mean, we could spare a few seconds of eyeball sexy time. Dumbledore, you have to come with us for the great escape from Alcatraz. No girl with the doughy eyes I got all handsy with down on her knees in the last video. I have to stay. God wills it and stuff. Oh, Dumbledore, no. Come with us. Theophilus is all like, come on, Dumbledore, time's running out. Larry says, yeah, we only got like 20 more minutes in this movie or something. Please, Dumbledore, I beg you in the name of the J-Man, come with us. And Dumbledore has that look on his face. That same look he had when Irene was down on her knees in front of him. Some of you dudes know that look. So I guess that sweet, sweet memory convinces Dumbledore, and he gets up and goes with sexy Irene and Hilarious and Theophilus. But the guards catch the Great Escape. Some of the guards shoot arrows at our hero, and Theophilus gets an arrow in the ass, I guess. Theophilus says, I won't make it. You guys all go and I'll buy you some time. And of course, Theophilus buys him about a second or two and is immediately killed. And oh, poor sexy Irene, she has to look away while Handsy Dumbledore holds her in his arms. So they all hide in a cave until sunrise, and Dumbledore looks into the sunrise, and all of a sudden, we're back in his vivid dream in heaven. And J-Man, remember, broke all those seals and is reading from this scroll. They blow a bunch of horns and volcanoes erupt in heaven, I guess. Maybe it's on Earth. And all sorts of natural disasters happen where all these dudes, which I guess are angels, are blowing their horns. And a meteor falls from the sky. I don't know. And then Dumbledore's out on the boat in the middle of the ocean where it's raining. And there's this floating glowy lady out in the middle of the ocean. And I think floating glowy lady is pregnant. And then the smoke monster from Lost is after her, but the floating glowy lady has a baby. But the smoke monster's still coming. And then she just lets her baby go in the air, and that baby just floats up to heaven, I guess. Dumbledore's all like, those were some good mushrooms I had on Patmos. Smoke monster isn't very happy about baby floating up into space or heaven or whatever. But next, glowy lady's on the beach. The smoke monster is still coming for her. Oh no, minions! Smoke monster is gonna get her. Look out! But smoke monster disappears in the sand, I guess. Then a dude on a horse and a bloody lamb, and J-Man saved us and gave us salvation forever. Yay! And we're back to Dumbledore, still on Alcatraz Island. And Dumbledore and Hilarious and Sexy Irene are still in the cave. And there's a ton of soldiers looking for him, and they're rounding up all the prisoners. And Dumbledore's all like, remember what I said about you being a slave, and how the metaphorical and spiritual truth can free you, metaphorically. And Hilarious has that look on his face like, wow, that totally makes sense now, and I've seen the light. And Hilarious goes up to Sexy Irene, and they have eyeball sex for what possibly could be the last time. And Hilarious turns around and walks out of the cave mouth toward the soldiers to turn himself in, I suppose. But then he just walks up to those soldiers and says, I am a spy for Rome and Emperor Decepticanus and General Dude, who's now Governor Dude. And old bald ex-Governor Dude is a traitor. And he's been a traitor this whole time. And you guys better do what I say or else. Dumbledore and Irene look all surprised from the cave mouth. And old bald ex-Governor Dude's all like, seize him, and nobody does anything. And then this boat appears off the coast. And I think new General Governor Dude's on that boat or something. But old bald ex-Governor Dude's all like taking his sword out. And he goes, I'm gonna kill you, Hilarious. And Hilarious has that look on his face again like, oh no you didn't. Goes all dark side and takes the sword away from old bald Governor Dude. But after a dramatic pause, Hilarious drops the sword. And Dumbledore's glad that his metaphorical spiritual truth got through to Hilarious. So Hilarious is just gonna walk away. But old bald ex-Governor Dude picks the sword back up and does one of those screaming charges, I'm gonna kill you, Hilarious. But another soldier spears ex-Governor Dude in the back. Phew. And sexy Irene is in Dumbledore's arms and she's getting all handsy with Dumbledore. Well, I guess it's only fair. There's still 10 minutes left of this movie. So Governor General Dude comes off the boat and this soldier points to Hilarious and says, this prisoner says he knows you. And Hilarious is like, I am a Christian, so if you're going to kill all these other prisoners, you have to kill me too, because that's the law of Rome. And Governor General Dude says, remove their chains. The soldier's all like, what? Won't that make God Emperor Decepticanus mad? God Emperor Decepticanus has been assassinated. That's a twist. So yeah, everybody, we got this new emperor, and he's adopting this Christian-friendly policy. So, you're all free to go, I guess. So, Hilarious, you're free physically and literally, not just metaphorically and spiritually. I admire your courage, son, even though at the beginning of this movie, I cursed your real Christian parents and just committed a bunch of atrocities against Christians in the name of Emperor Decepticanus. But we're running out of movie and we need a happy ending on this Revelation Apocalypse Christian drama. And Dumbledore's over here wondering, why did I have all these visions in this movie? What do they mean? I guess that's for future Christians 2,000-ish years from now to interpret and figure out. And sexy Irene and Hilarious have some more eyeball sex to dramatic music. And Hilarious says, I'm sorry I never told you I was a spy this whole time for Governor General Dude. I love you, sexy Irene. Can you ever forgive me? Sexy Irene's about to say, hell no. But Dumbledore gets all handsy with her one more time. He's all like, J-Man would forgive those who love the most. And then sexy Irene goes into Hilarious's arms and they kiss to dramatic music and Hilarious is thinking all about the literal and physical sex he's gonna have with sexy Irene. Not just this eyeball sex that this movie's been teasing us with. And Governor General Dude takes off Dumbledore's chains. You're free to go, old scraggly dude. And then we fade to a few years later. And Dumbledore's on his deathbed at where I assume is the seaside villa. And he's giving some parting metaphorical spiritual deepities to the assembled Christians. And then Dumbledore kicks the bucket. But it's okay, minions, because he goes to heaven, where J-Man is metaphorically getting married, I guess. And Baby Lamb is there, I don't know. And then we end the movie with some metaphorical stuff about new heaven and new earth after the apocalypse and Revelation. Something like that. Amen.